Hey friends, welcome back to the Lies of P walkthrough chapter 11, and you've made it this far. Wonderful. We're going to jump right in and, of course, collect all the collectibles and everything else we can get. Yes, friends, thanks again for watching. Congratulations, by the way, for making it this far. Feel free to leave a thumbs up or even subscribe, and we'll get started right away here from the first Stargazer. We're going to run straight towards the castle first. There, you will encounter some of those big monsters. My recommendation, definitely use the cannons, so they take out the monsters for you. So just keep dodging whenever a cannon fires at you, and it will hit those monsters instead. And once they're dead, they're gone for good. First we head up the stairs here, then we take out the cannons, and in the end, there's a document lying on the pedestal. I've already picked it up, unfortunately, but there is definitely one here, so make sure to grab it. Then we continue up the stairs, and as you can see up here, I died once. That's because there's a small boss behind there. Nothing major, nothing special. We actually take him down pretty quickly. I managed to beat him on the second try, and then we move on once we've dealt with the Gatekeeper here. As I said, it goes pretty fast because we deal a lot of damage to him, and then we get the badge here. With these badges you can then open various doors and switches. So we open the next big door and continue on until we reach this area. Here we go up the stairs, and in the back we can use the badge again to extend a bridge below. Of course, that's what we extend the bridge. We can see that right over there. And then, yes, we can carefully cross over to the other side, climb up the ladder here, and then just keep on going, just like that. There are a few items here, but none of them are important. At the beginning of the desert, there are also some items, but I skipped those since none of them are anything significant. Of course you can collect everything if you want, but for now we'll just head up here, take out an enemy, and wherever we find something we'll pick it up. You don't necessarily have to leave anything behind. I picked up most of the items myself. Of course, we don't need to show all of that here, otherwise the video would go on forever. And yeah, first we'll climb up this ladder here. Once we're at the top, we'll head left to take out the enemies, but mainly to unlock that shortcut back there. That shortcut leads directly to the Stargazer, which is of course very convenient. That's why we'll head down there, unlock the shortcut here, so we don't have to do all that climbing again. There we go, just press the button once, and then we'll continue in the other direction, of course. Now we'll head to the right, take out a few more enemies here, and with that we are basically done with this part. There are still a few enemies here, a couple of blue items, make sure to pick them all up, of course, but basically we're heading up the big staircase, then across here, and yes, we'll grab the chest here. There's something nice inside after all. It's positioned pretty much in the middle here, so of course we'll grab it. You really can't miss it. We'll pick up the Veteran's Amulet here, and that's already taken care of. Then we continue towards the big door. We can't go through there yet, so instead we'll take the ladder on the right up, and that brings us to the next Stargazer, which will of course activate before moving on. Yes. And from the Stargazer, we'll just go through that corridor back there and run along this way. And yes, there are still a few things to take care of here. This chapter is generally really long and there are a lot of things to do. But above all, there are also some trophies here that we can collect today. Be a bit careful so that the dude here doesn't knock you down, and grab the next Moonstone back here. Once you've picked it up, Dark Moon, Covenant Moonstone, and head back again. Now we can actually drop down here, or rather we have to do that to continue on the next path. So drop down here, watch out for the enemies, but they're relatively easy. They shouldn't give you too much trouble. Of course we'll take them out, and then we can head further down by following the path back here. Alright, roll down here, then drop down again. And you'll see everything down there is already poisoned. Down to the right is the bulb, take it out right away if possible, and then eliminate all the enemies here. Once we've done that, we can run through here. Be careful, the bulb will keep coming back, so make sure to destroy it repeatedly just to be safe. In the end we'll reach the ladder back here, and can climb up. Yeah, so we'll just climb all the way up and take this ladder to the top. Of course, I could have just cut this part out, but now you have to watch it. But it's not funny. We continue to the right once we're at the top of the ladder, and here we can collect the next collectible, namely a bundle of old letters. Then we move on. We just go down the corridor until we reach these stairs, and as you can see, the lamp is already lit. So here's the next butterfly, which of course we'll grab. Take it out and you'll get a nice little stone from it, namely a full moonstone. Then take care of all the enemies here, and yes, then we'll head up the stairs. There are a few items back there that you can of course pick up, but ultimately we go up the stairs here and encounter new enemies again on a small bridge. But for now we're not going that way. Instead we're going to head back here first. We'll go all the way through, then go up here and go over here. Yes, just go all the way along here. Of course he likes to collect all the blue things. You can do that. So what do we have here? Nothing special in any case. Throwing ball, yeah, let's just take it with us. Otherwise, of course, we keep heading further up here. You can just run right through this fog cloud. It causes a bit of interference. Just make sure it doesn't fill up completely. And yeah, there's a guy up there. We'll take him out first so he doesn't keep bothering us while we're walking down below. So let's deal with him now. Alright, guy taken care of, and then we move on. So then we head back here and take a look. There's a little passageway here. You might want to remember this spot because we'll have to come through here several more times. And we'll grab the next item here. It's lying here on the ground, and of course we'll pick it up. It's a cleansing ampoule, nothing special, but there's definitely something else back here. We go all the way through here, and on the right, that's where you'll find the next real collectible, namely the first discovery, a book. And then we'll read through it nicely, head up the stairs here, and enter the next area. Here, we just go straight through. There's a hole in the floor here, make a note of that. And on the right, there's a little chest, which of course we'll open. Remember this area, because we'll really have to come back through here once we've unlocked a few more things. Here you'll find the blade of the great acidic something or other. Then we head out around the corner to the right and can continue on here, which basically brings us to the next section. But as I said, we'll have to come back again. So for now, head up here and then you'll see the next bridge we can cross. But there's a pretty big gap and the bridge isn't there yet. So we need to unlock it first, but we'll do that in a moment. We can also see that there's something down there. So we'll jump all the way over here to the roof side. And up here we can actually collect a few more items. There's also a full moonstone here. We'll grab it from back here, then drop down, take out the enemies, and unlock the shortcut here. As you can see, we're back down here now, and of course we'll have to go back up the same path we just took. That's why I kept saying remember this spot, so you have an idea of where we are. But before we head that way, of course, we'll unlock the shortcut here first, so we have a quicker route to the Stargazer. Naturally. So we'll head all the way back up the path, past the hole in the room, and then continue on from there. Instead of jumping down onto the roof now, we'll take the stairs further up, and right before the bridge we can go into the right, which will ultimately allow us to unlock the bridge. Just head all the way through here and go upstairs. Careful, there are things on the wall here that can push you off. That's not exactly great. So we'll be just a bit more careful there. And then head all the way up to the very top to unlock the bridge. Yes, we'll go all the way through. And at the very topmost point, you can of course use the badge again to unlock this bridge. Absolutely. Go through here. There's another dude here. We'll give him a quick smack. Then head up here and either press the button or use the badge on this control panel. And that will extend the bridge below. There it is. And now of course we have to go back down there. That means back to the bridge. Now just cross the bridge. You can already see there's a chest on the right. Of course we'll grab it. after we've taken out the enemy. Here we'll take it with us. If you stand in this corner, the cannon can't really hit you, and it will go back into idle mode. That's why we can calmly grab the chest here. The cannon above won't hit us, so we can safely pick up the LADA 350 frame here. It's pretty good. You should definitely equip it if you can carry the weight. Then we move on and go through here. Once we've gone through here, make sure to go right first, because here we can unlock the next shortcut. So hit the ladder here. You can of course grab the items back there by jumping down here, but I'll tell you right now, there's really nothing super amazing there. Of course you can grab it if you want, and yeah, it's a bit of ergo and so on, but go ahead and pick it up if you need it. Let's head up here, but honestly it's nothing particularly special. We head back here, and once we're at the top we can climb up the ladder here and reach the next area. Up here we continue on once we've arrived, and then back here there's a pretty well hidden item, balance crank. Of course we'll take that with us, then head up the stairs and enter the next section. Boom, we rush through and now we're up here. Yeah, there are still a few things to take care of up here, but first we can just walk along here and, well, of course there will be a few enemies as well, but we can already see something nice glowing in the distance. Naturally we want to get that. Just watch out for the traps again. But in the end we can just run straight across here. There's another dude hiding behind the corner. We'll just take him out real quick and then grab the next item here. Full Moonstone, always awesome. Of course we'll take that with us. Then we head back down the stairs and just keep going down in this area until we reach this walkway. We run across it, and on the other side there's a dude. Take him out right away, and then we can keep moving forward here. Go around the corner, then head in back here. Watch out, the trap got me good, but it's not a big deal. We'll grab the next item here. Fabled Catalyst. It's nothing special, but of course we'll take it with us. Now we'll head back to that dude and go down the ladder here. You can see there's something glowing back there. We'll grab that later too, don't worry. But for now, let's keep going. Take out this dude here and grab something else. Iron Protection. Also nothing special, but we'll keep heading down. I'm showing you this in detail on purpose, because otherwise it gets confusing. We'll end up down here in this area where we can find the next door. We already have the key. If you've been following the guide, you'll definitely be able to unlock this here. And here's a really awesome secret, because now we meet the guy who's been asking us all those riddle questions the whole time, friends. And now, once again, it's important which decisions you make. You can either lie or tell the truth. Right now, we're actually on the lying playthrough. Next, we'll talk to him and have a conversation with him. And he really has a lot to tell us. It's also pretty interesting what he tells us. So feel free to listen to it calmly first. And of course, he'll ask you another question later. Yeah, and we'll have to answer this question either with the truth or with a lie anyway. And he asks us whether we are a puppet or a human. Yes, in that sense we naturally choose human, because we are in the lie phase and we want to lie as much as possible so that we really get the most important things here. That's why we choose human here. And yes, of course he realizes that this is a lie, but in the end, that's actually a good thing when we select this option. Naturally, this leads to a short conversation, and once that's over, he gives us an alchemist's cloak and a piece of quartz. Don't leave the room yet. Make sure to talk to the guy again and go through all the dialogue options with him, because in the end, we'll find out quite a few things we didn't know before, and we'll also get the warrior toy here. This is a very, very important item for a trophy that we're about to get, so we definitely need it. So make sure to pick up the warrior toy and then we'll head back down. So exit through this door here, We're still in the lower area here. And now we'll head to the elevator specifically, the one that leads into the long corridor. Careful, don't step on the pressure plates because there's another trap there. Now we'll take the elevator down and the toy will become important soon. But for now, once we're down, head this way and here we'll find the next NPC. Also a very important one. This is test subject 826. Talk to him thoroughly, he'll tell us a truly remarkable and fascinating story. In the end though, we get the happy gesture from him. And of course, as you might expect, we'll need that to complete a certain quest. Maybe you even remember which one, but we'll head there in a moment. For now, we'll go through to the room at the back, and now we can open the door here, which is the shortcut to the Stargazer, and yes, now we're already pretty close. We head to the Stargazer and now enter the Barren Swamp. And since we've just recently gotten the brand new happy gesture from him, we can of course show it to the familiar broken puppet in the barren, desolate swamp and gently demonstrate to her what true happiness actually means. And yes, she's absolutely delighted and gives us a few things in return. We receive a Dark Moonstone, and now whatever you do, don't walk away yet. Make sure to talk to the puppet again, because we've now shown her all the gestures that seem human. And for that, he thanks us for being his friend, so to speak. And we actually get something really great as well. With that, the quest is completed. And as a reward, we also receive a Quartz. Of course, we definitely take that with us. After that, we head to the hotel and go to Venigni. Now we can give him the toy that we received from the Riddle puppet, and now quite a lot is going to be revealed. Most importantly, if you did everything right in Venigni's story, you'll now also get the trophy, because you're about to learn the whole story and, well, everything there is to know about Venigni. You'll also receive the trophy. Once we've done all that, we move on. As I said, you'll only actually get the trophy if you did things at the beginning the way I did in the chapter. So if you told a few little lies at first, then you'll get the trophy, and then we also receive the toy. We go back to where we went through the door, through the puzzle door, because now there's another elevator there, and we go through it. Yes, it's important in the elevator. There's a little secret exit here on the side. That's why we wait here and make sure we go through this entrance in a moment. Boom, roll through once and that should work, because then we're here where we just saw it. Magnificent Ergo chunk. Of course, we'll grab that as well. And yes, with that we've unlocked this area and can simply head back down here. Boom, into the corner here. And there's also a nice chest, we'll take that too. And now we have a Legion caliber here. We'll grab that and then head back down. Back to the elevator, the one where we briefly got out earlier. We'll take it now, of course, and ride it all the way to the top to reach the next section. Now we arrive here, step out, and as you can see, there's the shortcut. We can unlock it right away. But first, we'll head across the bridge here. The lamp is lit, which means the next butterfly is in sight. Take it out as quickly as possible, because there's a guy coming from back there. You'll need to watch out for him. Try to deal with the butterfly as fast as you can, and maybe even take out the guy at the same time. Otherwise he'll poison you and you'll get afflicted with disruption. For me it was really close, and from the butterfly you'll get the full Moonstone. Alright, then let's move on back here. Of course we can first unlock the shortcut that we saw earlier. Just hit the button once and then we can continue. Now we'll be faster here if we use the ladder. We'll go all the way through up here and click on this once. We don't really need the electroshock canister right now, but let's just go all the way through here. Yeah guys, and I'd say you've already made it pretty far. Now we'll head along here, and up ahead an old acquaintance is waiting for us. And basically we'll start a conversation with him. It's important that you don't give him the gold coin fruit during the conversation. We don't need to, because he's a jerk anyway. That's why, of course, we don't give him anything. It doesn't change anything anyway, because in the end he'll attack you and you'll have to fight him. Definitely take him down to get the cat mask. And yeah, with that, we've taken care of this as well. Here we have the Black Cat mask. We can put it on now, and yeah, it looks pretty stylish. But in the end, we move on. Head left here once you've defeated the enemy and can basically continue from here. Back here, there's a small elevator that will take us to the next Stargazer before we head down. There are also a few little things hidden in the corner here. Nothing major really, but of course we'll pick them up. So we head down here and quickly grab whatever is lying down here. The emergency protection is a bit hidden, but nothing special either. That's why we pick it up before heading to the next Stargazer, because after that we won't really be able to come back here, so we use the elevator to go down. Once you're at the bottom, things get really tricky, because there are quite a few paths, corridors, and especially traps here. Be a bit careful. First, as we go through, we head directly to the left where the trap is and grab the Dark Moonstone. Then we basically go straight across and head into the lower area here. So we make our way all the way along here and really stay alert. There are lots of enemies here. It's confusing down here. It's hard to show this. But for now, we'll run all the way through down here until we reach the ladder at the back right. We need to climb up it to get to the elevated section. And up here we can also unlock a shortcut. There's a big guy up here and the shortcut is back there. Of course we'll unlock the shortcut first to make things a bit easier here. And yeah, there's actually not much here, friends. But of course there are still a few things we need to take care of. From the shortcut we'll head over here, then go left and then immediately left again. So first go all the way through here, but now basically take the second left here. And back there is an important chest that we absolutely have to get. Because inside is the next Cryptic Vessel, which we'll of course solve later, so let's grab it now. We've now got the mechanical Cryptic Vessel safely in the bag, which is exactly what we needed. So let's head back together and continue on, friends. We'll make our way back through this area, retracing our steps, then head right, so basically. That's the first left you'll see after taking the shortcut here. At this point, we can go up the stairs to move forward. There are a few more enemies coming your way here. Feel free to take them out or just walk past them. None of them have anything special on them now. If that were the case, I'd always show you so you'd know you have to defeat the enemy. But in this case, you don't necessarily have to. Just head up here. And there's a switch. We'll definitely press it so that the gate at the back opens. Yes. And we just need to go through the gate. That means from the Stargazer, go straight all the way and head back down to the lower section. From the Stargazer, just go straight ahead. And the path will basically lead you down here. The gate at the back has now opened. So we'll go through it as well. And yeah, friends, now you'll face a familiar enemy again, so just take him down. You definitely still remember him well. We'll defeat him and receive a Quartz as a reward. That's really important, of course, for upgrading ourselves. And once we've done that, we'll climb up the ladder at the end here. And on the way up, we can discover something nice. Namely, the lamp starts to glow here. Of course, that means there's a butterfly nearby again. We just keep following the path here and the butterfly will appear back there. So we take it out and get our next loot, which is a balance crank. From there, we continue on. We run up the stairs here. Of course, there are still some enemies here, but in the end, we just run through and grab the item in the back right corner. Naturally, we pick up the half Moonstone and then the ladder goes up here. Yeah, friends, we're almost halfway there, so there's still quite a way to go. Above all, there are still some boss enemies to come. That's why we're just running through here for now and grabbing the next collectible. Yeah, there's another dude here. You can just take him out quickly. He's nothing special, but then we just keep going. There aren't really any other significant paths, so we just head up the wooden stairs here and can grab the next half Moonstone. Of course, we'll grab that one. And then we move on, right, friends? keep going until we reach this intersection here. One staircase goes up, one goes down, and we'll take the one going down first. We'll take that one first because we can go that way for now. It's definitely worth it because there's a shortcut back here. You can collect the item, but it's nothing special. Magnificent Ergo. Of course, it's pretty good if you want to level up. Yeah, it's not bad. And above all, we're unlocking the shortcut first. After that, we go up the stairs at the intersection, take out the dude here, and that's that. Now we continue here, and as you can see, I died once because the guy back there shot me down. So be a bit careful that the same thing doesn't happen to you, that he doesn't shoot you down as well. But in general, it should work out pretty well. Of course, you can also use the puppet string as a legion arm to pull him towards you, and then he'll fall down himself. That's a cool trick too. I actually used it myself later on, because it turns out to be quite useful. Alright, we take out that dude, the butterfly as well, and we get a half Moonstone here, which of course we pick up. Otherwise we just keep going here. We could take the ladder down back there, but we won't do that. I'd rather go this way in the back, because in my opinion it's a bit safer. Of course you can do it however you like. In the end we have to go down there, and that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to roll down here, or rather jump down here and over there. We'll grab a nice item that we wouldn't get if we took the ladder down. That's why we're picking up the half Moonstone here as well. And from here we can also drop right onto the enemy Barman, hit him straight away. He's out of the game immediately, and we'll take care of this one here as well. Otherwise, just clear out all the enemies in this area first at this point in time. Before you move on over there, we'll head over there in a moment. Let's go back for now and smash everything that's nearby. From up here, you can of course jump down onto the enemy again and take him out. Down here, there's also a chest. You can already see it glowing in the back. And of course, we're going to grab it. So let's head over, grab the chest, and open it up. And yes, we get another Red Fox Amulet from it. It's actually not bad. You should definitely take a look at it. It increases technique. And let me think, determination. Exactly. Alright, let's keep going. Back here towards the stairs, which I already hinted at earlier. Here we'll take out the enemy and then continue on. From here we'll jump down. There's also a full Moonstone down there, which we'll grab. Alright. Otherwise we can now continue to the right here. But first we'll head to the back area here, and we'll keep this path to the right in mind for later. So we'll climb up the ladder here, and we can leave that dude standing there. He won't bother us now. We'll keep going here, then around the corner to the left, and just straight ahead. And there's going to be another enemy here in a moment. We definitely need to take out this enemy again, because he's got some nice loot for us. So take him out and you'll get a Legion caliber. Of course, we'll grab that. And before we climb all the way up the ladder here, we'll head back and take the other path first. There's something there we want to pick up as well. So let's go all the way through, head back and take the other path. Here, go down the ladder again. And after the ladder, turn left around the corner. There's a little trap system there. It's not too difficult, but of course you shouldn't let yourself get hit by it. Just go through here really slowly. It's actually pretty simple. These things come down at regular intervals, so you do have a bit of leeway in between. It's really not a big deal, and you don't need to worry much about the guy back there. He can't do anything. Other than that, there's a switch here, of course. Press it to turn off the trap. And most importantly, this is why we're here, the chest. We'll grab it, open it up, and get something nice out of it. Specifically, a Quartz, yes. Again, to upgrade ourselves. Of course, you can also use a few Quartz right now if you're back at the Stargazer, because in the end, we're going to climb that really long ladder up. And yes, friends, the next boss is coming up now, and this one is pretty nasty. Before we go there though, let's take the elevator down here one more time. As you just saw, this is basically to unlock the shortcut right away, or rather to get down here to the boss and reach the next Stargazer. So just pull the lever once and then we arrive down here. Here's the next Stargazer. Alright friends, now the next boss is coming up and he can be pretty annoying. Of course, as always, you'll find a boss guide for this on my channel, so feel free to check that out if you're having trouble. After we've defeated the boss, or even before the boss, we can also go to Venigni and decipher the Cryptic Vessel. Before facing the boss, you should definitely upgrade everything first. That's why it's worth going to Venigni again here to decipher the Cryptic Vessel. To solve this Cryptic Vessel now, we need the Frozen Feast. Unfortunately, I didn't have it, and if you don't have it either, then you won't be able to solve this Cryptic Vessel. So if you didn't get the boss weapon and chose an amulet instead, it won't be solved. Ultimately, to solve it, we go to the abandoned apartment, which is in chapter 9. We can just teleport there. Of course, I'll still show you how to solve it in case you have the weapon, so you can get it done. We're going to run through here, because there's a hidden merchant we can now find thanks to the Cryptic Vessel. And then we go this way, just run all the way through. You know the game, you know where to go. So here we just go all the way through. Personally, I just ignored all the enemies for now, because that's not the goal here anyway. We just push straight through here, then go left, and soon we'll reach the merchant. We just go all the way through here, and yeah. There were a few annoying ones behind me, so I had to quickly take them out because I was a bit worried they might follow me up to the merchant. But it's not a big deal, because you can't attack the merchant anyway. I even tried it myself, because he annoyed me earlier and I didn't have the weapon. In any case, we go up the stairs here, and that's where the merchant is. So, as you might have noticed, this merchant will only talk to us if we in fact have this weapon equipped. So, we really have to have it equipped, show him the weapon, and only then do we get a reward, namely another costume and another quartz, I think. So, definitely a costume, and yes, that only works with this weapon. Once you've done all that, you go back, and then we can take down the boss here. Alright friends, I wish you the best of luck with that, and once you've taken care of it, of course the journey continues. As I said, there's always a boss guide on the channel, so feel free to check it out if you want to see how I did it. So we've got that done. Congratulations again on defeating the boss. And now we move on, and we can go all the way through the gate where the boss basically died. Yeah. A lot is happening here right now, friends. Then we see there's a small bit of story here. I always try to skip through it a bit for you, so you don't find out what exactly happens. But in the end, you'll be asked another question here. Yes, the question is, let her live, or grant her salvation. Granting salvation would be lying, letting her live would be telling the truth, and that's why here we choose to grant salvation. This is also somewhat related to the Sophia trophy. I'm doing the lying playthrough, so that's why I granted her salvation. Yes, if you've done that and really did everything correctly, as you should have, and told a lie, then you now have grey hair, which means you are indeed human. You also received the plead gesture, and yes, now it's very important. If you really lied the whole time and have now gotten the grey hair, you are almost fully human, and that means there is still quite a bit we can do here. But first, before we take care of that, we'll go into the room on the right and pick up the half Moonstone. We can definitely make good use of that. Otherwise, let's head back to Hotel Grad for now, because a lot is happening there. Yes, here at the hotel there are a few things we can take care of now. First, we go up the stairs here, and as I said, if you have always lied in the game and followed my guide, always listened to all the records and so on, then everything should work for you now. So we go into the back area here and first see that Antonia has passed away, and we take the item from her, that is her letter, and also the record Memory of Beach. Important. If it happens that you haven't lied enough, and the special weapon doesn't appear here yet, that is, the nose isn't golden yet, then make sure to listen to a few more records, or better yet, all of them, because if you've done everything correctly and lied properly, we can take the golden lie here. That's the special weapon we receive when we play through a lying run. Yes, let's grab the golden lie. It's pretty cool, really a lot of fun. And of course you can now also go to Hugo again to exchange your Ergo for a boss weapon or a boss amulet. Additionally, we should definitely go to the entrance of Rosa Isabel Street, which we find in chapter 6. We need to go there because after we've defeated the boss, someone has been freed. And that's exactly where we're heading now. As you can see, this lie stuff isn't actually that bad. It's actually pretty fast, I have to say. I found it super fun to play with, yeah. And as you can see, we now have gray hair, which is a sign that we've now become human. So we'll go all the way through here and then head left at the back. I'm just taking out a few more enemies here to test out the new weapon. Don't let that distract you. But basically, we're heading left here and following this path, picking up whatever's lying on the ground. Moonstone Siklefen, we go all the way back here, around the corner, and up the stairs all the way to the top. Not back there, but this way. And then on the right here, on the bridge, we see a familiar NPC. We talk to him, and there we have test subject 826 again. We can talk to him, and he has some cool things for sale. We can buy a weapon, an outfit, and an upgrade. Definitely buy all of these items. And then we head back to chapter 11. Yes. And from there we continue by walking along the left side. Now a few enemies will appear here, and we'll take them out accordingly. Once we've dealt with them, we can enjoy a nice view here. But we also keep going all the way through until we reach the area in the back. And over here on the right, there's another full moon stone, which we'll of course pick up. We've grabbed the full moonstone, and then we just keep following the path that's left to walk. And soon we'll reach the next Stargazer, which will of course activate. Naturally, we continue through the corridor back here. We can't open the door yet, but you can already keep it in mind as a shortcut. Run up the stone stairs here, yes, and then we move on. Guys, just head up here, and then we'll enter the next area. Now, in this spot, a few enemies will of course come at you. But first we can go into the small room back here and pick up the Dark Moonstone, Covenant Moonstone. And then we continue up the stairs here because we need to go up them once to reach the next area. So just keep going and head up here. There's another small collectible here. Of course, we'll grab it, half moonstone, perfect for upgrading a few weapons. Then just keep moving forward. It continues in a very linear fashion, so you really can't miss anything here. Just keep going all the way through until we get the next Dark Moon Covenant Moonstone here. Yes. And from there, so from this balcony, we can go through back here and then get the next chest. We'll open it up and, of course, find a cool item inside, because chests always have great stuff. That's why we'll take the quartz here. And with that, you can upgrade your character a bit more. Make sure to always do that. Especially before the next boss, you should use all your quartz. And yes, then we continue on down these stone steps, and then we come out down here. In this area, there's a big staircase going down. Very important. Back here in the corner, there's a hidden item. Of course, we'll grab that. Moonstone is always really cool, and then we move on. So back again and along here again, and up the stone stairs there. Yes, now we go up the stone staircase here. There's a small enemy up ahead. We'll quickly take care of him and then go all the way through here, around the corner, and climb up the ladder. Hopefully I'll be able to skip that part. And then we're up here and can walk along this path. Be a bit careful with the guys wielding machine guns. As I said, the puppet string is actually a pretty good Legion arm here, because you can pull those guys toward you or throw them down, which is really handy. Otherwise, we'll just take them out quickly and grab the item back here. Of course, we'll grab that as well. It's nothing too special, but we can always use an ampoule now and then. In any case, we'll head over here and pick up the next item, which is the cat dust. Then we'll go up here. Make your way up the ladder. There's nothing else here. First, climb up the ladder and then continue up the stone steps. Proceed straight through this area, making sure to eliminate all the enemies you come across as you move forward. Once you've cleared out the opposition, continue toward the back of the room, where you'll discover a full moonstone waiting for you. Directly across from where you pick up the moonstone, you'll see an elevator. Be sure to activate it right away, as this will allow you to ride it down and unlock a shortcut that leads directly to the Stargazer checkpoint. After you've unlocked this shortcut, take the elevator back up to your starting floor, then follow the stairs that are just ahead. As you ascend the stairs, you'll soon encounter the next opponent, the Red Fox, who will be your next challenge to defeat. Puppet string is a really awesome thing here. You can see it here. Direct attack took him down right away, and most importantly, we already set him on fire. So pretty easy. This is the only boss fight I'm actually leaving in here, because it only takes a few seconds. And like I said, puppet string, it's really great if you fully upgraded it. You can see he really doesn't stand a chance here. We've already dealt over 11, 0 damage, and haven't even used a single potion. He's only got a sliver of health left now. That means 2 more hits and he's basically done, because otherwise he's actually pretty fast. But yeah, puppet string, jump up once and bam, he's gone. So super easy with puppet string when it's fully upgraded. Additionally, we get the Red Fox mask here, and then we can meet Geppetto in the back and free him from his cell. Yes, and an important point in the dialogue, you'll once again have the option to tell the truth or lie, and he'll ask you if he was a reliable father. Yes, yes is of course the lie, and no is of course the truth. So in this case we choose yes, because we're on the lie playthrough, and then we move on. He gives you a key. You can then use it to open the door back here. Of course we do that as well, and then enter the next section. Yes, in the next section there are still a few things to collect, and of course we'll do that too. So climb up the ladder here and then come out up top, and yes, here you'll find the next Stargazer. Of course we activate it, and now we have a small checkpoint here. From the Stargazer, just head right over these beams, basically over this broken stone staircase, jump across here, and then open the next chest to get an amulet, which we'll of course take with us. Assassin Amulet. Then jump back here and continue down the hallway all the way until we come across this bridge, and over there we can already see the next chest. So now slowly head left here and then go ahead and pick up the next chest over there. Another amulet. It's raining amulets in this chapter, so let's grab this one too. Jump amulet. Nice. Increase the stamina, and then we just keep going. There's only one way forward up to this, well, beautiful view that we can enjoy here. Otherwise, just keep moving forward here. You can unlock a shortcut here back down to the Stargazer. Of course we'll do, that goes without saying. And yes, you can also jump down here. There's another item you can pick up, but it's nothing special. So we'll keep going this way, and then we'll reach the next bridge. Before we actually cross the bridge, there's something hidden here, back in the far left corner. You'll find a progress crank. Of course, we'll grab that, then run across the bridge and head up this metal staircase, where another enemy is waiting for us at the top. We'll take care of him quickly, and then we can continue along the path. You definitely need to defeat this enemy, because he has something nice for you. So we'll finish him off, take him out, and in return we'll get a quartz. Yes, we've collected quite a few quartz by now, so make sure to use them before you head to the boss. So we continue up this path where we encountered that dude, and then we go all the way through here. Balance a bit over here at the back, but honestly, it's pretty easy to make it across. The beams here aren't that narrow. We'll just keep going this way now. There's nothing down here anymore. I just wanted to check again. And yes, then we go over the bridge here, and once we're across, we turn right. Because here is the next chest, which of course we open, and inside is another great item. We'll pick it up, it's a Legion caliber. Yes, we'll take that with us and then just keep moving forward. There's not much to collect here for now, so we'll just go all the way through over these small bridges, and we're almost at the very top. That's where we need to go, so just walk all the way through here and pick up the item in the back right. That's a balance crank. Otherwise, just keep walking until we reach this small, church area, an altar or whatever it's supposed to be. In any case, we go through here and grab something to read in the back, and of course we'll take that with us. A tattered book, and then we move on. There's something else over there, we can quickly grab it, but it's nothing special. So from the church we head out onto the balcony and pick up the colorful Ergo crystal. Actually pretty cool because it gives you a lot of Ergo, but it's not a special item. Otherwise we head up here and continue on until we reach the next Stargazer, which we can of course activate. You can see there's something blue glowing back there. That's another thing to read, so we'll head over there and grab it. Alright, Simon Manus's confession, we'll pick that up, and then we can head to the boss, friends. We'll go in there and take him down. As always, there's a separate boss guide on the channel. I wish you the best of luck. He's not super difficult, but after you defeat him, you'll get another question here. Depending on how you treated Sophia, whether you freed her or released her, you need to answer either the truth or the lie here. After the boss, of course, we can head back to Hotel Krat, do some upgrades, and most importantly, talk to Hugo to exchange our boss soul for either an amulet or a weapon. Now that you're human, the cat likes you too, and you can give it a cuddle here. It doesn't really do anything special, but I thought it was pretty funny because before the cat was always a bit hostile, and now that we're human, well, she's actually into us. Once we've taken down the enemy, we head back to the boss room and can then activate the elevator to go down. Alright friends, you're really almost there now. We're nearly at the end, but there are still a few things left. There's another decision to make here with Geppetto. You can either tell the truth or lie. In this case, lying would be if we basically refuse to give him the heart. Refusing would basically be the lie, giving the heart would be the truth. And now you have to decide, of course, depending on which playthrough you're on. I chose to refuse now, because I'm basically on the lie playthrough in Horn of the Great Writer. After the boss, the ending will follow, so to speak. It's important that you don't go straight into New Game Plus, but instead press cancel here first. And yes, that's what we'll do, and then we'll continue accordingly. Then we return to the hotel, and there are still quite a few things we can do here. First, we can talk to Hugo and see that he now actually looks like Alidoro, meaning he has taken his mask. And here, of course, we can exchange the boss soul again. Also, you should definitely play the piano here once to receive the Pianist of Krat trophy. Then it's very important to make your way over to Geppetto's desk, because at that specific location you'll find, depending on which ending you chose in the game and the particular way you played throughout your entire playthrough, there's another. For me, it's Antonia's document, and we then receive the trophy for Antonia. So friends, congratulations. You've completed the game. You can find all the guides for Lies of P on the channel, of course. So if you're still missing something, feel free to click through and see what you might have missed and where. You can always catch up on that later. Thank you very much for watching. It was super cool to play through the game with you all. I was really happy to see so many of you here and to feel all the excitement. So friends, as I said, if you still have questions or are missing any items you might have overlooked, feel free to check out the individual videos on the channel again. Guys, have lots of fun with Lies of P. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'd be happy if we meet again next time. Take care. Adios and ciao. Ciao.